here today. The City of Glendora utilizes a hybrid meeting format to allow for participation in both in-person and virtually. In consideration of others and the business conducted here today, please silence your phones and any electronic device and refrain from speaking unless recognized. This is a public meeting for the community of Glendora. We appreciate and respect our participation here today. Madam Clerk, will you please conduct roll call?
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to conduct an oral roll call and request that each commissioner respond with present when their name is called. Board Member Jarvis.
Present.
Board Member Klingler is absent. Board Member Nolan,
Present.
Vice Chair Hirth,
Present.
and Chair Snyder is absent. We have a quorum. Thank you.
Excuse me. At this time, I'd like to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you like to lead that? Please stand and face the flag.
Ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's why I didn't do it. Okay, let's see. Okay, reordering of additions to the agenda. Does anybody wish to reorder or add to the agenda? Seeing no comment, we move forward to public comment. And we'd like to open the public comment period. I now invite members of the public to address the Business Improvement District Bid Advisory Board. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes, speaking once, both on and off agenda items. All questions should be directed to the presiding officer. This is your time to speak uninterrupted. If you are in attendance, please fill out a speaker card and submit it to the recording admin before the close of the public comment period. Once recognized, speakers should advance to the podium, state your name and the subject matter you wish to discuss. If you are participating via Zoom, select the raise hand icon in Zoom before the close of the public comment period. Once recognized, you will receive a request to unmute, state your name and the subject matter you wish to discuss. I'd like to invite those in attendance to speak with any, are there any public comment cards?
Thank you. We received no public comment cards, no public comments via the email, and no requests via the Zoom meeting to give public comment at this time.
Okay, that closes the public comment period. And okay, I'd like to invite each board member to provide any statements or reports.
I have nothing.
Nothing from me.
Okay, and I'd like to invite Community Development Manager Jeff Kugel and Housing and Economic Development Manager Valerie Velasquez to provide a statement.
I'll just give an update in request to an inquiry received with regard to the new landscape contractor. There is a new landscaper in the village. So they're going to be working through a few quirks, I guess, but they should be finishing by 7 a.m. That is what the agreement states. As far as the days that they'll be in the village, again, they're still working through that. They will definitely be there on Fridays, but the other day is to be determined, and we'll update you once we know. They were out yesterday, and I know that our landscape contractor was going to be meeting with them yesterday to remind them they need to be done by 7 a.m. And we'll get back with you. I will send an email out or update you in August with the actual finalized days they'll be out there.
Andrea was at the meeting this morning, the Kiwanis meeting, and,
Okay.
and she updated me and said it will be Tuesday and Friday.
Tuesday and Friday.
And that
Okay.
they will be done by 7 a.m.
Well, there we go.
Mhm.
Morning. Okay, so Valerie or Jeff, anything more? Okay, at this time, I'd like to turn the meeting back over to the clerk who will conduct the selection of chair.
Thank you. At this time, I declare the office of the chair and vice chair vacant. Nominations are now open are now open for chair. Are there any nominations for chair?
I'd like to nominate Jenna.
I was going to nominate Delel since she just got started in the process and we've only gotten, what,
So
two or
we have
three
a,
meetings in.
we have an initial nomination for Board Member Hirth to be nominated as chair. Do you accept?
I was going to nominate Delel. Can I say that now?
So,
Or,
so if there's no second that is required, so at this point, if you have another nomination, we'd have to take a vote first on yours.
oh, I see.
Okay. And then we can take it, if there is not sufficient, then we can take your request.
Oh, okay.
Unless you don't want to accept the nomination, then we can move on.
Oh. So I have to decide. Okay, so, well, I'd like to
You'll defer.
defer.
Great. Okay, so then there's a nomination then for Board Member Snyder, correct? Is there
Yes.
another nomination? Is there any other nomination for chair? No. Okay, so there is no second that's required. So at this time, Board Member Snyder is elected chair for this coming year. Okay, so at this time, then we have the vice chair position that is open. Is there a nomination for vice chair?
I'd like to nominate Jana for vice chair.
And I accept.
Okay, there's no second that's required. If there are no other nominations, then Board Member Hirth is the vice chair for this coming year. Congratulations.
Okay, so now I go back to being the temporary chair for today.
Correct, you'll run the meeting.
Okay, so now we'll go to the consent calendar. Does,
Is there anything the vice chair can't do?
Can you repeat that?
Is there anything the vice chair can't do if the chair is absent
As far as running the meeting, no.
or outside the meeting?
If the vice chair is
The
absent,
chair is absent.
if the chair is absent, the vice chair stands in as chair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
okay. Okay, this is asking if we wish to have a comment on number 4, but we haven't gotten to 4. Have we gotten to 4? Is these out of order?
That's the
Oh,
consent
I'm sorry, there's a
calendar.
Chamber of Commerce update. So Joe Cena to report, is he on?
No, Josina is not in attendance at this point, so we can forego that update
Okay,
and we'll have him return for the next meeting.
okay, so. Okay, so the consent calendar, does anyone wish to comment on the consent calendar? I don't really see that though. Oh, the minutes from May 5th.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes.
Thank you. That is a motion. You can go ahead and use your voting. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. I don't see a vote. Okay, hold on. Thank you. I'll open the voting if you all can vote. I'll take a roll call vote at this time. Board Member Hirth.
Aye.
Sorry, Vice Chair Hirth.
Aye.
Board Member Jarvis. Can you use your mic, please?
Aye.
Thank you. Board Member Klinger,
Yes.
Board Member Nolan,
Yes.
and Chair Snyder is absent. That passes 401. Thank
Okay, so moving on to member agenda items, there are no member agenda items and there are no unfinished business items. Then moving to new business. The Business Improvement District Board fiscal 2021, 2022 financial report through May 31st and bid expenditures for fiscal year 2021, 22 year to date. I invite the Housing and Economic Development Manager Valerie Velasquez to report.
Thank you. So again, this is just your update for the financial status for the Business Improvement District. The report provided by Finance is now 92% complete. This gives you the detail through May 31st. So next month, we will go ahead and give you the report for the completion of the fiscal year. But where we are with this report is about 43% of the revenues came in, about 42,698. The expenditures were at 40%, about 45,000. And again, a lot of the financial activity comes from the wine walk. So you'll see those numbers updated next month, which will substantially change this report, as the wine walk was very successful in terms of the revenue it brought in, as well as being able to be completed within budget. So those numbers will be updated, and you'll have a good overview of the financial fiscal year next month. But the detail of the expenses that were paid out thus far are also included. If you have any questions on any of these matters, I'll be happy to answer those, but otherwise, this is a receive and file item.
Okay, I make a motion, oh wait, I request a motion to receive and file.
I'll make a motion to receive and file.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Okay, that is a motion by Board Member Jarvis, a second by Board Member Nolan. I'll open up the voting. If you could vote, please, and take a roll call vote. Vice Chair Hurth,
Yes, I.
Board Member Jarvis,
Yes.
Board Member Klingler,
Yes.
Board Member Nolan,
Yes.
and Chair Snyder is out. That passes 401. Thank you.
Moving on to number 6, selection of the event chair for the 2022 Halloween Walk. I'd like to invite the Housing and Economic Development Manager, Valerie Velasquez, to report.
Thank you, Jana. So next slide, please. So as you're aware, the Halloween Walk is an event that the village has every year for the elementary children to go ahead and trick or treat throughout the village. It is one of several events that are included in the annual plan, and it is typically organized by an event chair and volunteers from the bid that go ahead and oversee the event. Typically, it's held on October 31st, unless that's on a weekend. In this case, this year, it's going to be on Monday. The event chair will probably want to check in with merchants, but that might be a good day since a lot of the stores are typically closed. They could just come in for a couple hours and go ahead and work with the kids. And it's a nice way for them to do it on actually Halloween, the actual day. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event has a budget of $3,500. A large portion of that goes to candy. And so that is typically supplemented by sponsors that might help with either additional candy or the balloons and decor that's throughout the village. And last year we had a sponsor that paid for the train, which I think was very successful as well. So again, this is typically organized by an event chair. The last couple of years, it has been chaired by your Vice Chair, Jana. She's let us know that she will be out of town and unable to go ahead and oversee the event this year. So I'm sure she'll work with anybody that wants to step in and oversee this. I think she has it down pretty well, but she does need someone to overtake that this year. Next slide, please. So some of the planning that you'll be needing to do is, again, coordinate with the marketing consultant, get those posters up, street banner and print ads. And again, a lot of this has already been prepared, and we just do some updating of dates and or really just place the order and get some volunteers to go ahead and help you put those posters out. You'll want to communicate and coordinate with bid merchants, make sure who's going to be open and want to participate, and work out the acquisition and distribution of candy. As a reminder, there are thousands of kids that come through. So the supply of candy we get is just a supplemental starter kit. Merchants do need to get additional supplies of candy. Again, you'll need to go ahead and get some volunteers to help with the decorating of the village, and then coordination of any additional activities that you want to implement. And you'll probably need to get sponsors because the budget is not too large for that. So next slide. So that's a summary of what we're looking for. We do need somebody to go ahead and be the event chair. We're asking for the bid to go ahead and appoint a chair for the 2022 Halloween Walk. And Jana, is there anything you feel you want to add, or is that pretty much it?
No, yeah, that's it. I mean, like I said, I'm just gone the week before, so it just makes it really hard to do all that last minute planning, but I'm certainly happy to help anybody and provide all of the tools and everything that we've done in the past to make it easier and a smooth transition.
All right, so I'll let you guys discuss, if we have any volunteers or how that wants to work out, but we do need someone to do it. If we're going to continue events, we do need people to go ahead and be the event chair on these items.
And there's a possibility of getting like requesting volunteers even from the merchant members, right? We could,
Right, you're welcome to reach out to anybody you want to go ahead and get you to help out.
'cause there's been a
Certainly.
couple, even after the wine walk, that say, if you never need help with events, let us know. And there's some of them that are, geographically located right near the bus plaza and some of those. So and that's super helpful because that's where a lot of the activities happen. So if there's that, if we could, once a chair is picked, then there's also that opportunity to get volunteers from the merchants as well.
I'd like to volunteer to be Halloween event chair.
Yay. I second. Do we need to take that to like up to a vote? How does that? There's a recommendation.
Yes, there is. So
Oh.
just, just so that everybody is clear, then that would be an approval to appoint Board Member Jarvis as event chair for the 2022 Halloween Walk. I believe that was a motion by Vice Chair Hirth. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Board Member Nolan. I'm going to open up the vote. If I can open up the vote. Okay. Sorry. There we go. If you all can vote, I'll do a roll call. Vice Chair Hirth,
Yes.
Board Member Jarvis,
Yes.
Board Member Klingler,
Yes.
Board Member Nolan,
Yes.
and Chair Snyder is out. That carries 401. Thank you.
And I'd like to invite board members and staff to make any closing comments. Oh, nothing? Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to thank everybody who participated in the wine walk. It was really fun. It was really busy. We had a lot of people come in and it seemed like everybody was having a good time. It was pretty successful. So, and I wanted to mention that I did check the Glendora Village website and we need some updating on that. There's pictures of the current wine walk, but there's some businesses and things that need to, be updated. So we
Right.
need to take care of that.
And thank you for that email with the list of those, because that's great. We'll make sure that gets done here in the next week, for sure. Anyone else? Okay, we'll call this meeting adjourned at 8:48.